Hi, it's Flo. I'm your host today, and I'm talking about this Thursday's incoming Hotfix to the Arcane Compendium. Well, a hotfix? Now? Well, some people have asked themselves a certain question. Which one? We will have a look at soon. Okay, here it is. They asked, isn't Druidism a little too powerful? And yeah, 4 pages in one thread. And another thread. Okay, but that was only the general report. On top of it, Druidism was topic in a lot of armies and army boards which can use it. And Druidism was used a lot on tourneys. It did also provide significant the problems for designing armies which have to adjust to it, but to other things too. For example, if you take Kingdom of Aquitaine, well, there's a big difference if you are able to resurrect your 80-point models or not. And well, Druidism was, before the last patch, one of the most controversial passes during the patch. It too. And while the first version, you all might remember, was reported back or felt as to being far too weak. There was a removal of the healing, or the almost removal of the healing when the healing came back. Well, it was an interesting thing. Was it too much? Was it not too much? Well, we'll have a look at the hotfix, and then you will know if it was too much or not. And here we have it. Okay, what happens? The ley lines were changed. Well, you might remember one of the main feedback points during the beta period of the Arcane Compendium during this year's the balancing update was that the attribute or the thing Druidism has instead of an attribute was too meaningless. At that time it was giving Strider. And so it was changed to be able to measure from certain terrain features. At one point, people believed or reported, that's also too few impact, cause well, there's more ranges and so on, and yeah. Well, so in addition, it was added that if the target is in contact with one or more terrain features that are forests, water, or hill terrain features, the spell's casting value is reduced by 1. Well, for example, in Kingdom of Aquitaine, or for Sylvan Elves, which can both armies in some way move forests around with them. That did make the spells of the lore much more potent. And also the first spell, the Fountain of Youth, having a casting value of 5+. So when the Arcane Compendium came out, allowed, together with a master and the ley lines, to, well, basically get the spell off at rolling a 3+ with a die. Of course, for example, beast herds were also able to top that with master standing in a forest, in a dark forest. So gaining +2 to cast and having the spell reduced by 1. Nice. I don't remember if current Saurian Ancients still have the ability to get +2 to cast and also to reduce the complexity of a spell. But if they have, well, So it is. Also, that Druidism spell basically he had effects on Master of the Kenrick Tower and on a lot of armies. Yeah. Well, so two steps were taken after it has been monitored and thought of and prepared and monitored and checked and discussed for quite a time. Step 1, the reduction of the casting value, the difficulty, by 1 when the caster is in contact with the Terra type has been removed. So, well, if you are a Sylvan Elf for riding in a forest you move along with, you still can cast your spells from there, but you don't get the casting reduced. The same if you are on a unicorn and are a damsel. You still can get something to cast from around with you, but not anymore the casting value reduced. So, for example, you play 2 damsels, one which does not have Druidism and which sits on a unicorn, and one who has Druidism. So you're basically able to always heal the unit the non-Druidism damsel is in. Okay, but at least it is not anymore with the deduction by 1. And the Fountain of Youth, being one of the main culprits, had its casting value increased by 1. So, in the most problematic, or at least as far as understood and seen, most problematic situation where one is casting Fountain of Youth, it's now by 2 points more difficult to cast. So no less so fewer 1 dicing, at the end of the phase, and far less reliable because, well, with 2 dice it was the right circumstances almost impossible to miss it. And yeah, 4 standard hate rank and file models without toll, yeah. 4 War Dancers, nice. Or 2 Penitent Knights, or 2 Quest Knights, nice. And so it went on. But now it's more difficult. And we will see if it was over or underdoing. But I highly believe that that step should also impact the armies which heavily rely on it, like Kingdom and Silurian Elves, and it should allow to focus design space and ideas so on Kingdom of Aquitaine on other things than on the relation with the healing, because now the healing should be less strong. So I'm curious what you think about it. I'm curious what my fellow Twitchers, YouTubers and podcasters think about this. And well, you will get to hear it and see it on Thursday. Yeah, there you will be able to read what the lead game designer made as reasons, and you'll be able to see which effects it will have on the game. This change, this hotfix is coming out this Thursday. So I wish you stay healthy till then, cause after Thursday you won't be able to heal as much through Druidism, and as currently, at least where I am, it's really hot. Please either be near a water terrain, or within a forest terrain, or in the shadow of a hill terrain, even if the ley lines don't allow you casting Druidism so much better anymore. And drink some water. Goodbye!